Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Tequila. Welcome back to my series, You Got a Friend in Me. I know it's been a long time coming, but let's get into it. So, this is part two of the series, and today we're talking about toxic friendships. So, first, let's define toxic friendship. So, a toxic friendship can be taken in many different forms, but it's generally a friendship that drains you mentally and physically, financially, emotionally. Um, and has a way of somehow bringing you down. Whether that's from pulling you into drama or creating drama to pull you into, are there being constant conflicts between you and the other person? Now, I gave you three types of signs or warning signs that you're in a toxic relationship, but let's talk about a little bit more. Um, In a toxic relationship, there can be a situation where one person is teasing the other, insulting the other, constantly putting the other down, calling them names. That person demands all of the other person's time and attention, or it could be both of you are demanding each other's time and attention. There's peer pressure present, trying to pressure you into doing things that you don't want to do or influence you to do things that are not necessarily your character or things that could possibly put you in a position to be embarrassed or be made fun of. This person tends to disrespect your boundaries if you say you don't want to do something, or if you tell them not to call you a certain name, or if you tell them not to give out certain information about you to other people and they do it anyway. That's a boundary violation. This person is jealous of your other friends. They may make comments about your other friends' behaviors in a way to where it seems malicious, like it's either me or them type of behavior. It's a difference between someone giving you advice that you ask for about a connection or a friendship versus someone creating competition between you and the other friends that you have. You tend to give way more than you receive. It doesn't necessarily have to be financially, but it can be emotionally or physical time and attention, effort, initiative. But let's not leave this part out. It also can be financially. That person never has money to pay for lunch, brunch. They never have money to go out. Or they always the one initiating to go places, but don't have the funds to go to the places that they are asking or requesting to go. So let's talk about how this could possibly affect your behavior. If you find yourself in a toxic friendship, you may start to notice that you feel okay when you and the other person's plans get canceled, where you feel at peace about not being able to do something. The pressure is off. You may even start to withhold telling them the truth about themselves, about their behaviors, or just stuff about your life because you've seen how over time they may have used it against you, held it over your head, or told your information to other people in a negative way. But in a way, there's something about the friendship that makes you want to hold on to it to the point where you will start to cover and lie for them or like become extremely loyal to presenting them to other people as if though they're a good person or they've been a good friend to you when in reality you've had experiences with this person that were negative and left you feeling drained, left you feeling emotionally depleted, and you have made yourself feel trapped in this connection or relationship. So once you have identified that you are in a toxic friendship, sometimes the best course of action is to disconnect from the friendship. But let's say, for instance, if you still feel like there's value and benefit from being in this friendship with this person. So, the number one thing to do is to set boundaries. And before you go to the person to set boundaries, you have to decide what has been the problems in the relationship and how those problems have affected you. And what would you like to see different in your friendship moving forward? So overall, depending on the actual problem and the boundary violations that have occurred throughout the relationship, that's where you're able to identify problems and set boundaries. And when you are confronting that person, be assertive. Don't back down from your original boundary that you want to set just because someone has given you an explanation for their behavior. I can appreciate you for offering the explanation, but the boundary still stands. And an example of that is if this person has shared your personal information with 10 people and you told them not to share your information, they can give you an excuse of how they end up sharing that information with 10 people, but the boundary is still the boundary. Do not share my information with other people. The next time you share my information with other people, I'm going to have to end our connection. And I know that's a weird example, but you guys get the gist of a boundary is still a boundary, regardless of the explanation that the person is giving. In addition, make sure that you are not putting aside your own feelings and needs for the sake of the other person because you don't want them to feel bad. You don't want their feelings to be hurt, or you don't want them to end the friendship. If you saying what you need or telling them what you will allow and don't allow causes them to be upset, allow them that moment to be upset, but your boundary still stands. And if they choose not to respect that, then originally, like I said, some relationships are just worth cutting the connection off.